Perpetua and Felicitas were well known in early Christian texts and were North African Christian martyrs in the 3rd century. We don't know exactly when they were born, only that their death was around 203 AD. A martyr is a person who is killed due to their religious beliefs, which would be Christianity in their case. They are found in The Passion of Saint Perpetua, Saint Felicitas, and their companions, who were Satyrus, Saturninus, Revocatus, and Secundulus was mentioned in some, but not all accounts. This gave an account of the martyrdom of catechumens and these two women. A catechumen is a Christian convert under instruction before baptism, or more simply known as a young Christian preparing for confirmation. Both Saint Perpetua and Saint Felicitas were integral to the story, but Perpetua was more well known. She was a married noblewoman and a mother to a newborn son, and many had described her to be well-born, liberally educated, and honorably married, as she came from a well-known and well-liked family. She wrote down her journey in a diary, which became the most well-known account of the story and a light for many Christian women. Felicitas was less well known, as she was a slave to Saint Perpetua, but was a pregnant young woman, in which she had shared this emotional bond of maternal instinct with Perpetua. They had both lived in Carthage, which has become modern-day Tunis. Both Perpetua and Felicitas were considered the patron saints of mothers, expectant mothers, ranchers, and butchers, who were known by many Christians to watch over all mothers and children separated from each other due to war or persecution. In Latin, when joined together, both of their names were translated to everlasting happiness. Perpetua and Felicitas, along with their companions, were martyred due to Emperor Septimus Severus crippling Christianity, as North Africa became the center of a huge and passionate Christian community, and Severus thought that Christianity began to undermine Roman patriotism. Because of this, they had to choose between sacrificing their faith to be able to save their lives or death. As Perpetua's father was a pagan, he asked her to sacrifice her faith to God so that she could remain with her family and her son. However, Perpetua has responded with a well-known quote to this day, which was, "Father, do you see this face here? Could it be called by any other name than what it was? No. Well, neither can I be called anything other than what I am, a Christian." From here, Perpetua and Felicitas chose to be moved to prison, where Perpetua was allowed to take care of her newborn son, and Felicitas had given birth to hers. As they attended their last hearing along with their companions, Perpetua's father still asked her to have pity on her son and him, but she refused again and prepared for her death. Before their death, both Perpetua and Felicitas were baptized in prison, and Perpetua was only 22 when she died. Before the date of her death, she received visions from the Lord reassuring her of his strength and presence, and wrote about it in her diary, which was shared to the world. As they were all placed in an arena and thrown to wild beasts, Perpetua supported all martyrs until her last breath, calling out to them, "You must all stand fast in the faith and love one another. Do not be weakened by what we have gone through." As the beasts failed to finish them off, the soldiers came and slain them. Because of this heroic story, Saint Perpetua and Saint Felicitas became heroines for all